Good morning, good morning. My name is Amy. Welcome to this channel. We are going to move through a nice morning practice of some pranayama and some movement. So make your way down to a nice comfortable seat. You're welcome to use any props, blocks, cushions, anything to elevate the hips. Creaky floorboards here. Anything to elevate those hips, and just take a moment to arrive in that space. This is your first movement of the day, approaching it with some ease. Maybe encouraging those hands down the legs to encourage them to relax. And stopping at the feet, running those thumbs quite firmly down the soles of the feet, massaging the feet here. Releasing that fascia. Take a few moments. And slowly, when you're ready, coming back up to that seat, wiggle those sit bones down, wiggle through the hips, round through your seats. Maybe begin to roll those shoulders down the back, drawing them up to the ears and letting them slide down the back body here. Relaxing the arms. And change your direction when you're ready, rolling them forward. Wonderful. And find those shoulders nice and relaxed. Let's draw the chin into the chest. And we're going to draw the right ear down to the right shoulder. Back through center, left ear down to left shoulder. Creating these semicircles with the head and neck. Moving nice and slow. Maybe the next time you come to the right, going all the way round, creating a nice big full circle, exploring a few of these. Really allowing yourself to feel every sensation, every part of the stretch. Think about going the opposite way, going over to the left. Take your time. Couple more here. And when you're ready, we'll meet with that chin drawing into the chest, creating length through the spine. Take a moment to draw that tailbone under, soften through the ribs, nice length through the back body, and maybe we interlace hands, cupping the base of the skull, applying a gentle pressure to the head. Let's take a big breath in. Big sigh out through the mouth. Wonderful. Releasing the hands and slowly lifting the gaze. Blinking those eyes open. And this morning we're going to go through a pranayama practice called Bhastrika, known as Bellows Breath. So this happens, the action happens all in the belly, in the abdomen. And as we inhale, we expand the belly, almost as if we're trying to show that we're pregnant. And then as we exhale, we draw that belly button in towards the spine. So I like to use my hands around the belly so that I can really feel that action happening. So as we inhale, we bellow the belly out. And as we exhale, we hug it all in, really drawing the abdominal muscles in towards the spine. Inhale, we expand. Exhale, we hug it all in. Now, we're going to do this picking up the pace a little. So we're matching the length of our inhales to the length of our exhales, and we're breathing in and out through the nose. It's going to look and sound something like this. So really drawing that belly button in with quite some force as we exhale. You may also experience things flying left, right, and center out through the nose. That is very, very welcomed. It is also a nasal cleansing practice, so have any tissues ready if you should need them. Okay, let's set up. So you can just have your hands on the thighs if you feel comfortable and have practiced this before. Otherwise, it is quite nice to have those hands around the belly. Let's take a couple breaths in to prepare. Inhale, send the breath down into the belly. Big sigh out. Sink into the body. One more like that. Big breath. Exhale, letting that go. And we'll begin on the next inhale. In, X, in, X, in, X, in, X. Keep going. Take a big breath in, inhale. Holding it at the top, draw that chin slightly in, belly draws in. Whenever you're ready to release, draw that belly button in as you exhale, release that breath. Find your natural rhythm. Notice if you're holding any unnecessary tension, can we release? We're going to carry out that practice one more time this morning, picking up the pace a little. So setting up, either hands stay where they are or they come back around the belly. We'll take one breath in to prepare. One big sigh out to release. Beginning on our next inhale. In, X, in, X, in, X, in, X. Keep going. Big breath in, inhale. Holding it at the top, maybe taking another sip of air. Drawing that belly in, chin slightly down. Holding until you wish to release. Drawing that belly in with control, releasing your exhale. Again, finding your natural rhythm here. Okay, we're going to start by reaching that left hand out towards the left, grounding through that right sit bone and sweeping that right arm up and over the ear. Think about pressing into that left hand, opening the chest towards the ceiling, and gaze can be wherever feels most comfortable. Rooting the breath into the belly, inhale. Drawing that belly in, exhaling. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to sweep all the way through the middle, stretching the fingers, reaching forward as far as you can as we make our transition over to the other side. Planting the right hand, sweeping left arm up and over the ear, grounding through that left sit bone, and really pressing into that right hand to open the chest. Let's breathe. 3 breaths. Root that breath into the belly. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. This time pressing into that right hand, coming all the way up through center. Reach, reach, reach. We'll transition back over to the left. Now we're going to move dynamically from side to side using either one of the transitions. So maybe we sweep forward. Maybe we press and come up through center. Sort of taking some time to get a little creative and make this your own, maybe even closing the eyes. We want to think about keeping those sit bones nice and grounded. Keep lifting the chest up towards the ceiling. We're creating length through the sides of the waist. Breathing. Taking a few more moments to explore your motion here. We'll take one more left and one more right. Wonderful. And we're going to meet back through center. So coming through center as if we're stretching forward, and we'll stop in the middle, setting up on tented fingertips and reaching those hands forward. Soften the head and neck between the space of the shoulders. And then imagine my hands around the ribs. You want to inflate into my hands. So inflating front, side, and back ribs all at the same time. Big inhale in. Big sigh out. 2 more, big inhale. Big exhale. Last time, big breath in. And release. Slowly crawling your way back up through center. And we're going to meet in a nice tabletop position. So coming forward into hands and knees. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Spread those fingers, ground those knuckles. Maybe keeping those toes tucked under. We'll explore some cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, create that arch. Lift the gaze and really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale, let's round through the back, press away from the floor, draw that chin into the chest. Inhale, dropping the belly, creating that arch. Exhale, pressing away from the floor, rounding. Now moving through a few of these at your own pace and your own time, synchronizing breath and movement, and feel free to add anything else in, any exaggeration of the movement, any sways in the spine, any circles in the torso, maybe even closing the eyes and just exploring sensation here. Creating space in the back body. Think about taking your last breath. And we'll meet in a nice neutral tabletop position. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to lift the right leg nice and high. Keep the knee bent. Sole of the foot presses up towards the ceiling. Toes super active towards the shin. Maybe left toes stay tucked under, or we soften onto the top of the foot. Now drawing nice big circles with that right knee. Staying in one direction first. Nice big circles. Think about switching it up, taking it the other way. Keep those toes nice and active. Lovely. When you're ready, softening it back down to meet the left. Then coming to the left side, we'll lift that leg, press the sole of the foot towards the ceiling, squeeze that glute really active in the toes, and we'll take those circles. Nice big circles with the left knee. Going with one direction first. Then think about switching that up, taking it the other way. Wonderful. And coming back through center. Let's find our first downward facing dog of the morning. Spread the fingers, ground the knuckles. Let's peel the hips nice and high. Take a moment setting up. Maybe we pedal through the legs, lengthening through the hamstrings. Maybe we're gently shifting hips left and right. Really spreading the fingers, grounding through the knuckles, and softening through the head and neck. Let's take 3 breaths together. Feet come to hip width distance. As we inhale, we're going to lift up nice and high on the balls of the feet. Stretch the toes. As we exhale, dropping the heels, sighing the breath out through the mouth. Inhale, nice and high onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, sigh that breath. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last time. Exhaling. Wonderful. Nice and slow, we're going to walk the feet up towards the hands. See if we can keep the legs straight, lifting up through the hips. May feel a little strange, like you're walking like a penguin. And we'll meet at the top of our mats. Maybe bringing a strong bend into the knees, relaxing head and neck. Any variation with the arms, maybe down by the toes. Maybe we clasp opposite elbows. Maybe we interlace hands behind the back, relaxing the head and neck. And taking a moment to breathe here, deep nourishing breaths. If you're working on a little flexibility or trying to straighten the legs, we can think about internally rotating inner thighs up towards the ceiling. You can also play with a little distribution of weight coming forward into the toes, back into the heels. Couple more moments here. Maybe nodding the head up and down, shaking it left and right. Ease out some tension. One more moment. Lovely, wonderful. Release any variation you take in with the arms. And bring those feet a little wider. We're going to lower the hips all the way down to the floor. Use your hands if you need. And we're going to extend that right leg out. Sole of the left foot is going to come to the upper right thigh. Let's think about drawing that right hip back, left hip forward, pressing that leg into the floor, toes towards the shin. We're going to inhale, we're going to reach those arms nice and high. And we're going to hinge at those hips as we fold forward. Now I want us to think about eliminating space between lower belly and upper right thigh. As opposed to finding this forehead to knee and this rounding through the back, can we create a little more length? Maybe we don't go as far. Keep that right leg as active, toes super active. We breathe. Maybe every exhale we can deepen into this. Exploring a few more breaths here. Wonderful, nice and slowly crawling your way back up to an upright position, taking a nice counter pose, bringing that left hand to the outer left hip. We're going to prop up onto that left shin, plant the right foot and press the hips nice and high, finding a nice gentle wild thing. Squeeze the glutes if we need, maybe relaxing head and neck if that feels safe, and that top right arm. If there's any twinging in that left arm here, micro bending that elbow. Take one breath, inhale, and exhale. As slowly as you came in, we descend the hips back to the floor. Wonderful, let's explore the other side. I'm going to pivot this way, you guys stay where you are. Sole of the left foot, right foot is now going to come to the upper left thigh. We're going to draw that left hip back, right hip forward, abdomen directly in front of that left leg. Press that leg into the floor, toes super active. Let's inhale, let's find that length. Let's exhale, hinge at those hips. Let's fold over that front left leg. And take a few moments to adjust here. Maybe finding a little length as we inhale, a little more depth as we exhale. And if we do catch the foot, we can use the foot as a lever here. Breathing, maybe closing the eyes. Think about eliminating that space between lower belly and upper left thigh. Deep, nourishing breaths. Let's take one more. Beautiful, lovely. Let's walk those hands back to an upright position. Now that right hand is going to come behind the right sit bone. We're going to prop up onto the right shin, plant the left foot, press the hips nice and high. Nice wild thing, stretching through the front body, maybe relaxing head and neck and top left arm. And again, any twinging, we micro bend that right elbow. Let's take a big breath. And exhale, let's lower our way back down. Creaky floorboards. Wonderful. Let's bring the soles of the feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana. Let's take a moment, maybe bounce through the knees, just lightly opening up through the hips. We're going to work through a couple hip mobility exercises here. So interlacing hands underneath the soles of the feet. As we inhale, we're going to squeeze those knees up to the ears. And as we exhale, imagine there's sandbags on both of your knees. We're pressing them back towards the floor. Inhale, we lift them up. Exhale, we lower them down. Inhale, lifting. Squeeze at the top. Exhale. Couple more here. Last time. Wonderful. And a couple of options. We can either keep the feet together, extend them nice and wide, and find this forward fold and relax the head and neck. Or if you'd like another option, keep the feet close to the groin, interlacing hands, keeping them where they are, and drawing the elbows into the chest. We lean forward, opening up a little more through the groin. So settling with the one that feels the best for you this morning. And take a few breaths here. Exploring your pose. Exploring how the body feels within it. Wonderful. Think about making your way up and out. We'll meet in a nice cross-legged position. And keep those hands pressing onto the thighs. We're going to inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, dropping the shoulders, side the breath. Find that release. 2 more. Inhale. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, release. Last time. We're going to hold the breath a little longer. Inhale, let's reach those shoulders up. Squeeze them up towards the ears. Draw that chin in. Belly draws in. We hold the breath. Whenever you are ready to release, really exaggerating that drop, sighing that breath out. Wonderful. Bringing those hands to heart center. Taking a moment to honor your practice this morning. A moment to honor the time you dedicated to yourself. And also a moment of gratitude for all that there is and all that you are. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed your practice. Please subscribe and like this video. If you did enjoy it, it really supports my channel. And I hope to see you soon.